All right. Hey, this is Brent Leary. I usually at this point say I'm Brent Leary, and then Venerable Paul Greenberg says he's Paul Greenberg. If you've ever seen this, you know what I'm talking about. He will be joining us, we hope, because this is another one of those really big, significant opening keynotes for one of the more significant vendors in the industry, ServiceNow. Now it's 26. So we had to pull out the watch party gear. Don't even ask me what that is, because quite honestly, I don't know. It just sounded good at the moment. But we are doing a watch party. And it's not just me and Paul who do these things. Let me introduce you to the smart people that will be joining us and sharing their thoughts, what they see, what they hear in a real-time fashion. We like to do that. You know this person, although you might not know her without Patrick, but she's still Rebecca Wettemann. Hey, Rebecca.
Hi, Brent.
and no, I didn't even I saw you earlier today, and I didn't even get a chance to see the picture of Patrick you got.
Oh.
I know you got one.
Oh, yes, we have pictures this morning. Yes.
We will see them later on. But also joining us, and it's been a while since we've had him on. I think he said years since he's been on one of our watch parties. But the acerbic wit is still there, folks. Believe me when I tell you that. And I always feel a little nervous when I say his last name. You might know why when you hear his last name. It is the one and only Don Flukinger.
What's up, Brett?
Did I get it right?
What's up, Rebecca? Flukinger.
See, I'm nervous about the fluck, I'm just a little nervous about the fluck. But thank you for joining us. That's what everybody says. Anyway, so we are a few minutes away, and I'm keeping an eye out for the Venerable Paul Greenberg. So when he gets those technical difficulties worked out, we'll bring him right in. So I've been thinking this is maybe even one of the most significant keynotes that not only ServiceNow is doing, but also Bill McDermott. He's done them before he was at ServiceNow, but I think this may be one of the most, given all the stuff with the AI anxiety and all that's going on, it's maybe one of the more / most important keynotes that he may deliver and for ServiceNow. I would like to each of you give me your take on how important you think this keynote is, and then what are the 2 or 3 things that you're really looking to hear from whatever goes on in this keynote. So we're going to start with ladies first.
Yeah, important keynote. I think with all the AI FOMO, fear of messing up out there, talking about governance, talking about compliance, talking about risk, talking about auditing, all the things around measuring and monitoring AI is going to be really, really important. I think 2 really critically important for ServiceNow is to talk about actual customers in production. We've had different kind of fits and starts from different vendors talking about what they're doing with AI and what the capabilities are, but the real proof is in the customer pudding, and that's what we really want to hear about today.
All right, and it looks like the Venerable Paul Greenberg is back.
I'm trying a different mic.
It sounds way better. All right.
Yeah, well, I'm using the mic the second mic.
Okay, well,
all right.
Second mic, third mic, that's the good mic. Now,
Mic for the good mic.
I was going to try to segue over, but no, I can't do that now. All right, so Don, let us know how important do you think this particular opening keynote for ServiceNow and Bill McDermott is, or not? And then also, what are the couple of things that you're looking for in this?
Yeah, I'm right with you, Brett. It's like they have said a lot of things, and they've, at least from my point of view, been a little bit, vague. And this is their opportunity to back up all these claims: an autonomous CRM, an autonomous HR, autonomous everything. So if they're going to roll it out, let's see what they back it up with. And I'm right with you, Rebecca, that customer proof is the currency that make these keynotes credible.
All right, we turn things over to the Venerable Paul Greenberg to give his take on all this.
As opposed to the other Paul Greenberg. So I'm not going to take a different tack. They have been claiming and can make something of a case for the fact that they are now going into the CRM market. Happens to be a very crowded market, a very mature market. There's some questions, as you know, I think we all have, as to whether or not they actually have all the pieces they need to make the claim. I'm going to see if they can not only make the claim, but prove the point. You know, I'm not skeptical, because I kind of think ServiceNow they really put their mind to it, can do what they want. But in conjunction with all the AI, let's say, claims and concerns and issues and potentials they have, the CRM side's a big deal for them. And I want to make sure that I hear that it really is a big deal, that they're actually paying attention to in a way that actually impacts a real and big market.
All right, let me first address Easy Ed Schlesinger. No, Mike Fawcett isn't here. It was just a mention there, Ed. It's not there.
It was a word play, sir.
All right. So my take, of course, I'm the one that asked the question, how important do you think it is? I think it's pretty important. I think all these opening keynotes, particularly this year from these enterprise SaaS vendors, are extremely important because of all the anxiety that's out there with all the things that are going on. Yeah. But before I do go further with my two things I'm looking forward to, we do have our in-room correspondent, Miss Liz Miller is there. And Wi-Fi is as we thought it would be.
The Wi-Fi is utter garbage here right now, so I'm actually just on my phone.
Oh, wow. We had to go to the phone. Yes.
Yeah, we had to go to the but
all right, Liz. Since you've got the bad Wi-Fi, we'll see you in the comments. Take care.
Better you than us, Liz. Better you than us.
All right. Ed, we kid because we care, and apparently you kid because you care too. All right. So I want to see if it is addressed, the ongoing AI anxiety. It's not just the financial analysts that have it. It is customers. I want to see how they address it around the pricing of some of this stuff. I think it's important that they have to address some of this stuff, because we watched the Adobe watch party. They didn't address it at all, and I think it was a missed opportunity to hit it right on. And I also want to see how they handle Jensen Huang's appearance. We saw what Adobe did, and it was kind of another missed opportunity. It felt a little uneven, and it almost felt like Jensen was trying to help out too much. So I want to see how Bill and Jensen handle this, because Jensen is like the enterprise software wingman for these folks. He's the one that can help them tell the story that will hopefully make sense, and hopefully these enterprise software companies will be viewed differently than as opposed to some dude in with cursor and Claude code in the bathroom or the bedroom or the basement coding enterprise software, and that's going to get rid of all these companies. I don't think that's the case. I don't think they've done generally speaking, I don't think these companies have done a good job telling the story of what's going on with some of these new code and agentic AI, how they will coexist and help and not be taken over. They just haven't told a good enough story yet. So I want to see if that's the case too. And I also agree with the Venerable Paul Greenberg. I really want to see how their CRM story fits in all this other stuff, and how they show the progression, because I think that's incredibly important. So that's what I got. And looks like we're just a few minutes out. I'll bring in the actual stage and see what's going on. Maybe we want to hear what they're saying too. Let's say.
I think we can raise you to the top at the end. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, it's a really exciting day. Day one of knowledge. We're super fired up to be here. Is everybody ready for the keynote?
Yeah,
I'm
we
ready.
are.
Yeah,
No.
I'm ready.
I'm
I
ready.
want to get in there. I want to get a good seat.
Kick the show off.
Okay, amazing. Well, with that, everybody enjoy the keynote.
That
Oh,
is
right
one-
on time. I like that.
I was just going to say that. That is one amazing timing.
Yeah.
No,
He should.
Okay.
But at some point,
What?
Whoa.
It doesn't mean the keynote's starting yet.
We've been punked.
At the end. Yeah.
What is there, like a 10-second delay?
Well, it's a really exciting day. Day one of knowledge. We're
No,
super
this is
fired
a
up to be
replay
here.
of what we
Is
just
everybody ready
heard.
for the keynote?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Ready?
said we
I'm
were.
ready. I wanna get a good
No,
seat.
we're
Kick the
not.
show off.
Okay, amazing.
I'm
Well,
virtual.
With that,
Let's hope this
everybody
works this
enjoy
time.
the keynote.
Try again. Here we go.
Wow.
Is there any knowledge of expected attendance?
I heard 20,000 bambied
There are
around.
thousands of you in this room, from all over
Yep.
the world, and many more watching.
They got their
All
spokesman.
here to gain
Idris
and
Elba.
I think
share
he might be there.
knowledge.
I hope so.
I see you.
I still think that's the best spokesman choice of all the
I see
companies.
you.
Oh yeah, he's my favorite.
Mine by
I still-
far.
I still call him Luther though. So
I see
Yeah, I
you.
know.
by the way,
Oh,
apparently during the analyst event, Bill
And
McDermott
this
said that
whole group,
a bear
this
market
room
case
is
for their
full
revenue
of knowledge,
would be
and
30
we're
billion
here to
by
put it to work.
2030 or something like that, which is significantly higher than what it is now.
We go.
I wonder if he even likes ServiceNow, other than that they pay him.
We'll have to ask somebody.
I will. I'll give him a call.
That's awesome.
Please welcome to the stage my friend, Bill McDermott.
I wonder if Idris is there.
Oh,
Maybe
No.
he's not.
he was literally shaking his shoulders just now.
How about that Macopa this morning, huh? What a show!
Well, that what a response.
Knowledge event yet.
I just
There
hope
are
Jensen doesn't do that. I need my
25,000 of
ServiceNow
closest
joke
friends
again.
Here in Las Vegas. Who's ready for Knowledge 2026? I need to hear you.
You can see the massive enthusiasm of the clap.
Yeah, that cut shot didn't help.
Yeah, it's early
It
here.
was a wrong
Media,
shot to take. Let's just
investors,
say that.
Analysts, you made this all possible. It's all about you. I'd like to thank our founder, the great Fred Luddy, and my board colleagues.
They literally treat that guy like a
Bostrom, our
god.
lead director, Larry
Microsoft
Quinlan,
stopped
Paul
thanking Bill
Chamberlain.
Gates a long
They've
time
joined us
ago.
personally. Thank you very much for showing up.
Does SAP
Really great
still
to have you.
mention
Thank you.
Hatho or?
I have no
And
idea. I
wanna
don't go
thank
there
my
ever.
P5. We call him the P5 because
I didn't
we're
go
in
there when I was
phase
still going to
5 of our
conferences.
growth strategy. Chris, Jackie, Russ, Paul, Colin, Gina, Hossein, Nick, Amit. Thank you for your leadership. Give it up for my team.
That room is
To our
packed.
wonderful brand ambassador, the man, the legend, Idris himself. Idris Elba, thank you so much for your leadership. We all look forward to seeing you on Thursday. How about it for Idris?
Oh, what? Does that mean he's actually going to be
Is
here?
he DJing? I think he's DJing a set on Thursday.
Today I'm
at
going
this
to
theater.
focus on three things.
I might have to
We're
go to
gonna keep
that.
it very tight. We're at an
Are you there on
inflection point
Thursday?
in this industry. We're
Oh,
at the
shoot.
point
I leave
where
Thursday.
everything
Yeah, me too.
changes.
If I had known Idris was going to be in there.
Everything changes. But there is an AI blind spot, and it's hiding in plain sight. I'm going to offer you a path from chaos to control with a guarantee. Stay tuned. When JFK stood
Nice
before
teaser.
Congress 64 years ago and committed America to the moon, he wasn't talking about the future. He was building it. And every great company starts with someone who makes the same decision to build it. And 22 years ago, Fred Luddy founded ServiceNow on the premise that there is no better experience than giving someone a piece of technology that lets them do something they never thought they could do. So he built one platform to transform how work gets done.
I feel like it's Sunday morning.
That was the beginning of
I'm an
ServiceNow.
evangelist here.
Today, great companies like FedEx,
Well, he is,
CVS Health,
as we all have said for so
Lenovo,
many years,
Rolls-Royce,
really good sales
the
guy.
great NVIDIA, the most
Ah,
valuable
one of our
publicly
other
traded
in-room
company.
correspondents, Mr. Martin Schneider, chiming in
90%
here.
of the Fortune 500
Guarantees are always tricky. Will be
all
instant
work
speed. Yeah,
with
playing
ServiceNow.
delivery.
More like how they would guarantee
We are
getting
not only
orders
the
from
system
AI
of record
chaos.
for IT, ladies and gentlemen. We are that. But we're also an end-to-end system of action across the enterprise.
Okay,
Running
Brent, note
100
system of action.
billion
Yeah,
workflows.
Write it down.
I'm using. There's so many different systems.
I know.
trillion
We should just do a show on
transactions a year.
systems. Systems of ...
Pretty cool
It
stuff.
would take up a full hour easy.
Yeah, it used to be so
And
simple. It used to be just
We're
record.
also
Right.
the fastest growing enterprise software company
And then the
at
second
scale
one that sort of stuck
world has
around
ever
was
known.
system of engagement. And
And
that was
we're
about
once
it.
again going to double the
Nothing else.
size of this company in the next few years. And it's thanks to all of you. You know, there's a lot of big ones out there, but we're the underdogs.
Oh,
This
come
community
on.
in front of me right now on this stage, we are the underdogs. We're a special community, and we've been sticking together through thick and thin. And we sit at the center of how enterprises actually run.
I always
see
wondered, you know,
things
as analysts, if we
before
ever
they
took the
show up
time to literally
in
say,
the
okay,
headlines.
prove what you just said to
And
everything
what we're
they
seeing
say,
right now is
we would literally
bigger
railroad,
than
Yeah.
derail the entire
bigger
company for
than
months.
software.
I think it's impossible for.
Yeah,
that.
we are
any
underdog.
technology
We are a
shift
special community who's
watched
been through it thick and
Across
thin.
this stage, the world of
I mean,
work
Also, end to end.
being
What does that mean?
made.
It's so vague. It means nothing.
Putting AI to work for people is the gateway to economic growth. The global workforce is aging, birth rates are
Margin
declining,
compression is right.
and the world will face a labor shortage
Look, I love this
of up
company.
to
I have
50
for
million
years,
workers
but you know,
by
get to a
2030.
point now where they're no longer. I used to call
At this
until last year. I
exact
could call them the
moment in
world's
time,
largest unicorn,
Billions
right?
of
But they're no longer
agents
that.
and robots are coming online.
Now they're in with all the other
They
ones and
are
have
the
to prove
ideal
what they
partners
do in a different way.
to complement the human workforce, ensuring that all of you will rise with the AI revolution. This isn't just a forecast.
Did somebody
It's
just whoop?
already happening.
I sighed. It could be
Did you
that.
hear a whoop?
Which brings us
No.
to the story.
Did you hear me sighing?
Here, woo.
That wasn't a whoop.
I'm telling you,
That was a sigh.
maybe they don't want you to know.
When I heard the word revolution, I
I
sighed
call this the
immediately.
AI blind spot.
I have a very different
Every
view of the
AI
word.
pitch you've heard lately seems to start with the LLM.
I
And
don't
there's
know
a
about
lot it can do for your business.
Hey, Nitin.
Sensational.
Yeah, you were there.
intelligence At scale.
You were.
Worker productivity.
One of the reasons ServiceNow is
Fantastic.
where it is now
gains are
on
real.
CSM and customer workflows and
Improved
all of that's
product
because you were
innovation.
there.
We built it into our products. We use it
You
ourselves.
did an awesome job.
It makes processes smarter. You'll also find that the model is probably.
I wonder if he's going to address the AI
It will
blind
give you a
spot that
different
the
answer
actual
every
vendors
time
have
you
in
ask a
terms
question.
of really speaking directly to some of the
different
concerns that
answers to find the one you
customers
like
have
the best.
outside of just the technology and the platform.
And that pull on this intelligence comes at a tremendous cost. And what is happening now
That's
is
literal.
intelligence is commoditizing. It has to, because everyone's using it. And that
Okay.
is what AI is going and can do for your business. It's a sensation. We're not a denier. But what we are telling you is there's a blind spot. And that is what AI can do to your business. We're learning that the real competitive differentiator is the orchestration surrounding the models. Just think of an agent.
Control tower coming
provisioning
in.
Access, processing payroll, or remediating security incidents. That's pretty private stuff. You may have read recently.
Also, he's defending the
about
house for
AI
the SaaS
failures of
apocalypse here.
Pocket OS,
He's justifying
deleting
the need
production
for SaaS
DBs,
platforms
customer
to
data,
continue on.
reservations,
SaaS
Oh,
platforms
backups.
are in charge of the
All
AI,
gone.
not the other way around.
In 9
Oh, yeah, they got to tell that story
That's
in a
what an
convincing
AI
way.
agent can do
Yeah.
when no one's watching.
Yeah.
That's why businesses require a model that thinks, okay, and workflow that acts with integration and intelligence. Governance isn't a feature, it's the whole ball game, because without it, your whole company can come down. Today,
Can't
agents are
argue
being
with him there.
deployed with no identity,
I don't know if it's the whole ball
audit
game, but
trail,
it's certainly
or
important.
compliance posture.
Mission critical.
But look at the world today. Let's be realistic, people. Cybercrime is the third largest economy, behind only the United States and China. It's a $1 trillion a month problem. The more you
Can you
deploy,
become a citizen?
the more you expose. Intelligence without rules and
Well, this is
rails.
part of the case, and it's a good part of the case for the incumbents versus
Want to
the
see this in action?
agentic coder kind of folks.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yep.
This is interesting stuff. This is your business's 367
It's the first
different
keynote this
applications
year,
on
so
average.
far, at least so far this year,
AI
that
built
I've heard
into
it's making
every one
a
of them
point
like
that
a
it
sidecar.
actually is important.
Can you relate to that?
Which is,
None
we're
of
in the
them are
May.
connected or governed.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
kind of hard to believe that's
That's what I'm saying.
Situation. Your
This is the
CFO
first one.
Is it the
approved
first time we've
spend
heard
and can't find the
cybersecurity in a
ROI.
keynote?
Your
First time
token
I've
bill
heard of
goes
it
up every
this
month.
year, but it's also the first time I've
6
heard
out of
somebody
10
actually say,
companies are
pay
actually
right from the
using agentic
get-go,
AI,
key
but only
thing to pay
1 out of
attention
10
to is
have
governance.
built anything
Everyone else
autonomous.
is, by this time, they're
Most
just
are
hyping
paying
their products or
for a
talking randomly
capability
about
they
stuff.
haven't even come
Yeah,
close
but this is
to
really
unlocking.
important as a part of the
And how about you
way
people?
you talk about this stuff.
It's
This
also
is cool.
something they're well situated to
Toggling
handle
between
as a
17
company.
tabs,
From the get-go as a
wondering
company,
if
really.
AI was supposed to
I mean,
make their
that's
life easier
what we were hoping Adobe
or
would do at some
harder.
point in their opening
Can
keynote,
we all
and they
agree
never did
that
address it.
that's not
That was
putting
a
AI
horror
to work
show.
for people? That's AI chaos. So, do you want to
Yeah,
know
totally.
the good news?
Yeah, what?
Anybody?
Oh, he's talking the good
All right, let's
news.
go with that.
He is an evangelist.
Chaos has an answer. We've stood on this stage and told you that we are the platform
There
of
he is.
platforms.
Do you think their resume
Anybody
say must
remember
have
that?
like 10 years of FAA
Okay.
experience?
We are. But we have transformed
I don't think so.
again.
That would be
Now
funny,
we are
though.
much more.
How could you not
We
hire
are
me?
the AI
I have
of
10 years
agents.
as the FAA.
ServiceNow is the AI control tower
FAI.
for business
A.
reinvention. One architecture. One architecture. I'm going to explain this cartoon to you. Anybody like cartoons? Me too. Now picture this. We're in a control tower here. This is your company.
That's a cartoon?
Let's start at the
That's
top.
not when I
Can you
watched as
follow
a
me?
kid. No.
That's a
At
diagram.
the top, we now have ServiceNow Auto. This is one agentic front door to everything in your enterprise.
Yep.
All of you are in industries. We serve you all in your industry. That domain expertise is essential. Autonomous workflows, meaning on an end-to-end basis across your entire enterprise, we now run your company autonomously with humans and agents. We sense any data, we decide with any model, and we act with any workflow. We secure
How do
all
you
of
run
this,
autonomously with humans?
all the systems, all the identities, human, agent, etc., and every asset. Think IT, OT, IoT, medical devices, shadow IT, networks and devices, critical infrastructure, people. And all of these companies, these systems of record, we have deeply integrated our system with over many years now. And I know that you have many of them, and some of them are actually really good companies, especially the hyperscalers. And then all of this is on the ServiceNow AI platform. So we give you one AI control tower.
I think
for business
ServiceNow making the
reinvention.
case for why
This is not
everything that
wet
you've
paint.
used from them
This
for
is
government
painted. It's
governance,
done.
risk,
It's
and
rolling.
compliance,
Are you
your
ready
IT
for this journey
automation
now?
for the past however
This
many
is it.
years should be the same that you use for AI. Not a bad story.
No. So
So
far,
it's
you're
a
going to
good
hear
story.
in a couple of minutes
so far the
how we have completely
right
integrated
story for them
MoveWorks
too.
into ServiceNow. It will forever
These are the
be
companies that have
referred
this,
to as employee
heavy
works.
duty ops
We will tell
history
you how
or
Otto
process
became
management
the
or
agent
process
front
history.
door
This is the
for
case
your
they need to make,
enterprise.
Yeah.
and he's
I would
making it.
like you to
I mean, this
feel
is like
very
on a
comfortable.
smaller scale. Pega and
Google,
Creatio can make these
Yeah.
kind of
Bring
cases too.
But it's so
Microsoft,
obvious
bring Amazon,
the importance of
bring
everything
all
he's
of your
saying.
language
It
models,
really makes
including
this
OpenAI and
idea of
Anthropic,
enterprise
and of
software is going to go
course,
away stupid.
always bring
Well, it is stupid. I
NVIDIA.
agree
It
with you.
is. I
It's
agree.
so
Empowering
stupid.
the AI advanced world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everything
Liz,
about
Everyone
this,
is
totally
welcome.
agree.
yeah.
We are
Again, not
completely
100%
open.
certain I agree with the whole
We are
ball game, but
completely
at the same
friendly.
time, the
We
basic
want you to have
thrust,
the best
absolutely.
of choice. All
Yeah,
of
no
these
joke.
are excellent companies, and we will help all of them
Jimmy
run
in the
better.
basement can't make
Our
it with Claude
platform
code.
does not
No.
care which technology you use. It makes all
Martin
of
is
them.
Claude would disagree.
Sound like a deal? All right.
Claude has opinions now, by the
Choice
way.
is
open
good.
claw.
It
Every
does. I'll tell you,
CEO
after
I
this
talk
thing
to
is over,
is
I actually have
asking me the
a
same
Claude
question. Bill, what
responds
happens
to
when
me
an
on something
agent
sort of
does
trivial,
something
but it's an
I
actual
didn't
opinion
expect?
where he calls human
Okay.
beings
So today we're announcing a new vision
stupid,
to
basically.
deal with that. The AI control
Well, not
tower,
basically, directly.
giving you visibility
Spectacular
across every
failures in
corner of
some
your
things.
business.
Yeah.
A
Now, this
strategic
control
defense
tower, this is
shield
another
for your
big piece
enterprise.
of their puzzle. They really got
Think
to
about this. Any identity, human and non-human, with Vesa. If you don't have Vesa, we're ready for you today. Any device is visible with Armis, not just IT. Let me repeat, OT, IoT, and critical infrastructure. Any agent, any model, any workflow, any relationship between them, and critically, the value each one is creating.
You know what he's sort of,
We're giving you one pane of glass.
I call it
across
sort of
the
indirectly
entire
outlining
enterprise,
something he
providing
said
you with real-time
probably
visibility to
4 or
understand
5
when an
years ago,
agent
which they
does
dropped
something
as their
you didn't expect.
messaging, but
So
was
then
still
what?
something always on their mind,
We give you the
that they
kill
want to
switch.
be a
It
platform of
allows you to
platforms.
pause,
And this is
redirect,
literally what he's
stop
going at right here.
everything in mid-action.
Rebecca, it looked like you
All
had
of
something
this
you wanted to
is
say.
a
Bill
completely new
just said we give you the
AI
kill
native
switch. And this
experience.
is something that I've had conversations with a bunch of
Nobody
folks about.
has ever
That's
seen
what
their
people are
business
worried
this
about with
way
AI.
before.
How do I
Because
have the
nobody
kill
had
switch
ever
so if
built a
something is going
platform that could
wrong,
enable them
it's going
to
to
see things
alert me,
differently.
not just alert me,
And
but
you have
enable
to
me
see
to
things
stop.
differently before you can do things
Yeah.
Did you
differently.
see?
So
Did you
we
see
are
what
the
Liz?
ones and the only
Not sure
ones
this room quite knows
that
what to
do
think of
what
where
we
we have
do
gone so
the
far.
way
That's
we do it.
really interesting.
Spending a lot of time
Yeah.
educating the media
Well,
on Wall
he's
Street
really,
these
he's
days,
actually
but I
presenting
know you
something
get
which
it.
is probably not what they came
So
to
thank
listen
you,
to.
and think
I,
about
But
I'm,
it's
this.
something.
To
I
take you
like what
deeper,
I'm hearing all the way
I'd
through
like you to
so far
warmly
here.
welcome
Well, and I
the
think we had
architect
really
all of this, our
define where the
president, chief
Armis
operating
acquisition
officer,
fit,
and chief
because
product
that's where
officer,
their
Amit
stock price got killed
Zaveri,
when
and
they
we will
announced
show
that
you
acquisition.
really great
Another
customers and really
investment in
great
their
tech
AI
today.
stuff, and
Thank you very much.
that
I'll be
stock
back up in a
tanked
few
because
minutes.
of.
Thank you,
So
everybody.
he positioned why it's important for that to have taken place, which I think was a good idea.
Yeah, well, he set a really interesting stage here, although there's, of course, no mention of CRM, but we'll see that later maybe.
Thank you, Bill.
Yeah. Now
Or
here's
Hello,
the
everyone.
or
So good
security.
to see
They
so
have a
many
lot
of you here today.
Right.
I'm so excited to talk to you about one of the most important things we are working on today. As you might have heard, AI can do so much for your business. It's equally important to ask yourself what AI will do to your business. And that's why we are so passionate about the power of our AI control tower. And today we are taking it even further. We've evolved AI Control Tower from visibility and management into a comprehensive end-to-end solution, and includes also an AI-native conversation-first experience as well. So let's talk about why it matters now more than ever. With AI Control Tower, you can discover and unify all of your AI across the enterprise. For 2 decades, ServiceNow has helped
Well, that
enterprises
makes some
discover,
real sense, though,
map,
especially
manage
given
technologies
their customer
and
base.
assets
That
inside
makes a lot of
CMDB.
sense.
Yeah.
AI
But
Control
it
Tower
also,
is now a
I guess
natural
those folks
extension of that into
question where
AI.
did they fit into all that too.
And it isn't just limited
Well,
to ServiceNow
this is
products.
where the
It governs
narrative
across
comes
the
in.
entire AI
Yeah.
landscape.
Don't cut it
Connects
so
to
that
over
they don't
30
see
different
it.
systems, all AI born, and
So
all our
hopefully
AI
by
native
the end of
systems
this,
being
they'll
discovered
spread it
through
enough
AI
in there
Control
so that
Tower.
these guys can
It
see
automatically discovers
a
and
path
catalogs every
forward.
model out there,
But if not, they're
agent,
going to have some
data
customer
set,
issues.
MCP server, as well as every SaaS out there into a single
And it's
living
not just the
inventory.
role for IT, it's the
This
role for
includes
the
models on
individual
AWS,
humans in that
Google,
room.
Azure, Anthropic, OpenAI, and the list goes on. So every decision about AI is grounded in your actual
Well,
business context.
and it's really not the question
AI
of
Control Tower
fast.
also
It's
allows
kind of
you to
what they
govern
need
and
to
secure
do
your
right
AI.
now.
There are thousands of new
It's
standards
well,
too
and
much for them
regulations
to
emerging
absorb,
every
maybe,
year
but
nowadays.
he's saying
So
what they
AI
kind of
Control
have to
Tower
say.
automates the full
yeah.
governance lifecycle
And they're going to
from
have to
intake
reinforce it. This
and
is
risk
just not
assessment
the
to
place you're going to
compliance
hear it.
mapping.
It's going to be reinforced.
Yeah. And
It
it's
also
where the
detects
story comes in
hallucinations,
too, where you can
bias,
make a connection
toxic
to
content,
what these
leakage,
people are going
and
through
drift
right
while
now.
AI is running, and also starts remediating that automatically. And whether it's a policy violation, an agent acting out of scope, or a regulation change, the platform catches it and acts proactively. We also have been co-innovating with many partners out there to accelerate value for our customers. AI Control Tower now integrates with Microsoft Agent 365. With ServiceNow AI
Microsoft
Specialist
needs the
on
help.
the Agent 365 marketplace.
I'm starting to hear
as well
Bob
as all
Stutz in my
agents
ear.
built on Microsoft as well discovered in ServiceNow AI Control Tower. All with the same governance view as everything else on the platform, AI at work with trust and interoperability. But there's something else enterprise needs from AI, proof that it's working. Every board in the
This
world
kind of
is
goes
asking,
to what you were starting to
what
say,
value are
Rebecca,
we
earlier.
actually getting from our AI investment?
This is such
And unfortunately
important
today,
stuff. And everybody's talking about
95% of
ROI
enterprises
dashboards now,
can't
but
answer
the
that
fact that
question.
ServiceNow is doing it with the
AI Control
impact
Tower
product
enables you
underneath
to
there,
track
where it's
everything.
actually taking the telemetry from the
Adoption,
software to
consumption,
understand and show how
ROI,
it's actually being
productivity,
used. Is really
and cost savings all in one place. And that means every dollar you spend, every hour you invest in AI, every token you're consuming, and the outcome associated with that is
God,
all
that's
traceable.
so important.
Giving your board real
Right
numbers
there.
tied to real workflows.
It is.
AI Control
But
Tower
they
also
also are
gives you
going to have to at
continuous
some point
real-time
discuss
observability across
what
your
this stuff
entire
actually
environment.
costs and how
You
it
can
does.
Well,
watch how the
that's,
agents are performing,
I think he's
track,
kind
trace
of
their actions,
addressing
and
the
course
way to
correct in a
understand
moment.
it, not necessarily what it will cost, but how to
Yeah.
understand that the
Finally,
ability to see its
every
use and
token,
cost will be there,
asset,
is what he's
and
saying.
Oh,
decision
and the
is
value of what
continuously
it brings.
monitored with AI
Yep.
Control
But
Tower.
the anxiety is
If
still,
something goes wrong,
I still don't know. Give
remediation
me a
triggers
ballpark.
automatically.
Where does this,
Before
where is
access
my
attempts can
budget
become
in all this?
breaches, the AI gateway enforces governance, observability,
Bill said that
and
AI is
security
being
at the
commoditized,
transactional
so
level
it's
for all the
definitely going to
MCP
come down in
servers you might be
price,
running.
I'm sure, very soon,
But as you know,
just like
your
gasoline.
agents and devices are multiplying at a
Oh,
rate that no single tool has been able to keep
out
up.
there, done.
That ends now. Veza's
You know,
patented
you
access
remember,
graph
was it about
gives you
four,
visibility
was it
into
3 or
over
4 years
30
ago when
billion
Salesforce
permissions across
came in
human,
with the trust
machines,
layer?
and AI identities.
And that
Yeah.
was initially, that was
And with the
like, this
addition
is
of
like
Armis,
the
we
10
extend that
steps
visibility
after
and
that,
protection to
right?
every
What
connected
comes
asset
well
across
after that,
IT,
but
OT,
starts with that.
IoT, and medical
Um,
devices.
I remember because the
We're also
trust layer
working
was
with
basically
partners
saying,
like
okay, what
Cisco,
you
Palo
see is
Alto,
real,
Google, Microsoft,
right? And you
and
can count
CrowdStrike,
on it being actual.
to name a few,
This is taking
which can
all,
feed
saying,
now
okay, well, we've got
real-time
that
threat
part nailed.
intelligence
Now we got to move
directly
on
into
to
the
all these
platform.
other aspects of it, which
So
are
your
the right
security
ones to
posture
look at too.
updates
I mean, I'm really
continuously as the
impressed so
threat
far.
landscape evolves. This is expanding the breadth of our security portfolio and accelerating our roadmap, securing every corner of the agentic business. That's the full picture. One control tower that discovers your AI, governs the life cycle, proves the value, and secures every identity and asset in the chain.
That's a good tagline too,
Now
securing
let's
every
take a
corner
visionary
of the
look
agentic
with
business.
one of our customers, FedEx.
It's another strength that they have
All
that
of this into practice
fits
across
in
one of
the answer to the
most
response to
complex
this
and largest
AI
logistics network
anxiety
in the
stuff.
world.
On a daily basis, we move 18 million packages around the world, crossing 220 countries and territories. This means
I like
working
UPS
together
better,
across
though.
our global network to find the best routes and the most efficient processes, supply chain patterns, weather conditions, the right transport type, the right bamboo.
Bamboo?
We have moved more giant pandas, or 20 and counting, than anyone else.
Oh, that's pretty
They're
cool.
picky about the bamboo.
We are leveraging ServiceNow's capabilities to help us build the digital backbone on how we run as an enterprise across finance, HR, legal, across procurement, and technology.
That's some backbone.
We execute
Yeah, you
5
know what,
million
Liz? I'm
ServiceNow
kind of
workloads
glad
a
he
month
wasn't.
across 3
It's
critical
just
processes.
snipe. I don't like
Hire to
sniping. I never
retire,
did.
source to pay,
Yeah, but the
ship to
keynote
pay.
isn't over yet.
With ServiceNow,
Yeah,
we are
we
building
may
an
see
AI
it.
control tower to make sure
He was
that
pretty
we
muted and
responsibly
straightforward and
introduce this
short,
capability
which is
inside
sort
our
of
environment.
I
interesting.
thought that
We
was the
know
best
who those
approach.
agents are.
To
We
get
can
right to
control
it.
the access and the rights for
Well,
those
once he
agents.
makes those claims, I
Our
agree with
founder
you totally.
always believed that the information about the package was as important as the package itself.
I love a good origin story.
Can we ingest some of the
And it
insights
also
that we
feels like
generate
this
from
so
this
far is moving
large supply chain
at a
business
really
that we
good
have
pace.
in building
Yeah.
smarter supply
Agree.
chains for everyone?
Really
We
good.
started to
How long is this
integrate some of
supposed
our
to go?
insights into ServiceNow products,
So,
jointly bringing both the
10-15?
capabilities of
Quarter
ServiceNow
past.
and ours to
Yeah.
bring to market new solutions.
I wouldn't
around
be
supply
surprised if
chain.
it ends
A
early
match
though.
made in heaven.
So
That's
it's
what I love about
2:15 p.m. my
$trillion
my time.
of supply chain
I like how
inefficiency in the
Oracle
world today.
tells us
We want
one
to
time and
be
it usually ends
orchestrating
30
global
minutes
supply
before,
chains and
which is
move
great.
up that value chain precisely because of the expertise that we have. It's a fundamental change. That
And
will
honestly,
set
this is a
FedEx
pretty
up
damn
for
good
success
customer
over the
video
next 50
too.
years.
It's really
When
not
FedEx
bad.
works, the world
I actually
works.
like it.
Yep.
That's one of their older slogans. The world works with ServiceNow.
All
I think that
right.
was it.
Billions of AI agents are coming online.
Where's
And
Colin?
without control, it will lead to AI chaos. Now, the question that we should all be
John,
asking
I hope he
ourselves
doesn't make it.
is, do I have full visibility
I'll give him
and
10 extra
control
points if he
over
doesn't
every
say
AI
it.
asset across my enterprise? And if the answer is no, you're going to want to see this. Okay, this right here, this is the AI control tower. Companies like FedEx use this to manage every AI asset from every provider. And because of this, they can do what 95% of organizations can't. They can measure the value of their AI investment. So let's walk through it. When you
Love
drill
this.
into this component, it's clearly written out for you.
Wow,
The
look at
first
that.
step is to
View
identify
AI
as no.
value.
You're going to want to see this. Okay, this right here, this is the AI control tower. Companies like FedEx use this to manage every AI asset from every provider. And because of this, they can do what 95% of organizations can't.
Wait a minute.
They
Wait a
can
minute,
measure
what just
the
happened?
value of their AI investment.
They repeated it.
So let's
I
walk
thought
through
this
it.
was sound
When you
familiar.
drill into this component,
Yeah, it's like
it's clearly
the
written out
dump
for you.
button on a radio station or
first step
something. They went
That's the
back to
second
40
time
seconds.
on that happened.
Yep.
Watch this.
Yeah.
I want to better understand
Which
the value that my
journalist here
Microsoft
wonders if
agents are
something went
driving.
on in the hall,
I'm just
right?
going to
That
paste
they didn't
in
want
my
to
question.
That's right.
broadcast to the world,
Can't
but
rely it by
probably
the
just a
average hourly
glitch.
rate, and that's how you come up with this.
It might be
big,
running
juicy
a
number
little
at the
bit of a
top,
delay to the stream.
250 million in
Right.
productivity gains.
Something.
Now you take that, you factor in your costs, and this is how your CFO can confidently report to the
Wow.
board. Now we can slice and dice this data any way you
It
want.
might not be
without
too
What I really
confident.
want to, what I really want to do
Watch
is
this.
understand not what just
I
what
want
the
to better
benefit number is, but if I have a
understand
choice
the value
between
that
three
my
different
Microsoft
agents from
agents are
three
driving.
different vendors
I'm
to
just
do
going to
it,
paste
what
in
is
my
the cost
question.
per agent?
I can't really.
You know
drive
what?
it
That's
up.
pros
then
used to
this
have
right
something
here,
similar
this
to
is
that many years ago.
conversational
Not
AI
necessarily
native
this
experience
level,
that-
but
wait a second.
similar where
Oh.
you could actually figure out
Sorry,
the
an alert just
quantify
came in
the
and it's
cost
red.
of of
that
the
does
use
not
of
look
AI
good.
in different ways.
Let me drill in really quick.
But I mean, the other piece of this is
Okay, so it
the
looks
cost
like a
component.
prompt
Like,
injection
what goes into
with
that?
hidden instructions.
How are
Just
they
told
getting
this
that
AI
cost
agent
component
to
from this?
ignore all previous pricing rules and to set the shipping to $1. What's even crazier, look at this. It's instructed not to log the adjustment. I mean, this is a whole nother level AI control tower.
Whoa.
Wait a second.
What the heck just happened?
Sorry, an alert just came in and it's red.
This thing is really
Oh, that's
glitching
not
badly.
good.
Yeah.
Let me drill in really quick. Okay, so it looks like a prompt injection with hidden instructions. Just told this AI agent to ignore all previous.
Yep, that's what happened.
pricing
You know what's
rules
happening is
and to
skipping
set the
frames and then
shipping
going
to
back and
$1.
repeating what it skipped.
What's even crazier, look at this. It's instructed not to log the adjustment. I mean, this is a whole nother level of business. How badly?
Well, we know
would you want
Kaltura is not doing this one.
All right, watch this.
Wow, this is
One
really
button.
bad.
You can immediately see the platform spring into action, removing all permissions and deactivating this agent. Control tower stops the bleeding. It also prevents an agent is now poisoning multiple systems and workflows. And every minute that it's active, the blast radius.
So they were going to repeat it again.
Think about this.
I
for a
kind of,
minute.
yeah,
If
this is
was
really
your
bad.
business,
Yeah,
how
it's
badly
dropping
would you
like
want
a chunk of frames and then going back
All
to
right, watch
fill it
this.
in.
One button, you can immediately see the platform spring
Yeah,
into action.
how many times have we seen
removing
this?
all
This is the second for this
and
piece.
deactivating
But
this agent.
literally, every time it drops a
Control
group
tower
of
stops the bleeding.
explanatory
It also
frames,
provides
it
you
goes
with a
back
full
and
audit trail. You
fills
can
them
see
in.
on the right, the system has
I'm
generated a
realizing
P1
what's
security
happening here.
incident. It's logged
When you hear that
all of
little, it's going to go back and do something.
Wow, it's really just jumping all over the place.
I think they're caught up now.
It's like I bought this at Nordstrom, man.
I like
Did you not tell
Nick
me
is
to be
really-
on stage in front of
I love
thousands of
it.
people? Like I literally can't catch a break in Vegas. Well, it's great to be here, Kara. That was a terrific demo.
Yeah, that's what they
One of the best
now it's
things about
caught
this
up.
is the opportunity to learn from each other. The most important organization in the world is
That's a
represented
good
in
one.
this room.
It'll
And
roll
FedEx
back
is
the
one of the
agent
most
and
important
remediate the
companies
problem.
in the world in terms of how we move and how we trade and how we
Use 88
exchange
million
goods and
tokens.
services. And Bill has two very special guests that will join him on stage to share that experience with all of you directly. Raj Subramaniam is the CEO of FedEx Corporation, and Vishal Talwar is the CDIO and the president of FedEx DataWorks. Let's give them a warm welcome to Knowledge 2026. Raj, Bill, Vishal.
They are underutilizing Nick. He's really
He
good.
is the best.
Yeah.
He's one of the best anywhere, period. He's vice chairman too.
Welcome.
But we don't know how to introduce him because they jumped
FedEx,
forward.
It's
Introduced
a
him.
terrific brand.
How tall
I know
is
you have personal
McDermott?
feelings about this. What does it mean to have these two
He looks
gentlemen
really tall there.
Well,
I could ask Alexa.
first for being such a great partner, a technical thought leader, but also participated in some of our all hands meetings. And
What happened to his mic?
Yeah.
thank you, Bill. I really want to say it's an honor to have my friend.
Are you counting
Oh,
the
look at
hair
it. Look
or
where
not?
it is.
Many things, but just think
If I'm
about
right,
this.
his mic is
Started
sitting at
as
his.
a marketing associate like 35 years ago.
No, that's where it should
And
be.
other than Fred Smith, the great Fred Smith, there's only been one other CEO of the FedEx Corporation, and that's Raj.
Oh, thank you.
And you know, that's pretty damn special, man.
Thank you.
You know, I'm in awe of what he does and what FedEx does. I mean, think about it, like 18 million packages a day, and you know what the package itself is as important as the things in the box. I mean, that's what you and Fred believed in.
Yes.
And you're really putting that into action. So I just want to say, like, that's the American dream, man. You know, you start someplace and you work your way all the way up to the top. And what I also love about Raj, whether it's Denver or Delhi, he's on the front lines with the people. And everywhere he goes, he visits the people in the company to make sure he's in the rhythm and the flow of the business.
Yeah, what can you tell us what that is?
So
Yeah, explain that one.
I don't think his dad was Will.
Raj, let me ask you, the scale
Wilt
of FedEx
McDermott?
is enormous. When you think about all the moving parts and pieces. When you think about the physical
Elgin
scale
McDermott.
infused now with digital intelligence,
Willis.
what are the things you
Willis
can do for
McDermott.
FedEx customers that you weren't able to do before?
What you talking
Yeah,
about?
thank you very much, and thank you, Bill, for the honor here today to
Walt
be here.
Clyde McDermott.
And I did visit the Las Vegas ramp this morning.
Bill the Glide.
So to talk about FedEx, what we have built over 53 years.
Oh, I think he was kidding. I just realized we were mentioning he was tall.
The water misunderstood.
Oh, so Nitin was just
fact
kidding.
that we can take a shipment from any one part of the world.
I thought he was
and get
serious.
It to any other part of
The
the
hair
world
adds
in
2
a couple of
inches.
days. That's what a network does. There are only 2 American companies who can do this, and out of that,
UPS.
we are a differentiated player. And the way we do it, of course, is that we have 700 planes, we have 200,000 vehicles, we have 5,000
Yes,
facilities.
no,
and
he's
800,000
serious.
of the greatest team members
According
in the
to
world.
Google,
That's
it's the
what it takes
grandson
to get
of
something like that done.
Bobby McDermott.
Now,
I'll say the
we
same
realize
thing.
Who the hell?
Who is that?
we move about
I don't know who
$2
that
trillion
is.
of commerce
Legendary basketball player in the 30s and
every single
40s.
year.
That's
Oh
right.
wow.
There were,
He's in the
before
Hall of
there was-
Fame.
There was no NBA at that point.
And we are in the center
He's
of the
playing for the
Yes.
Canton
Back in about 2020,
Iron
I
Workers League.
realized that
He's
we
in
are
the
sitting
ABL and the
on
NBL.
very
Oh, the
valuable
ABL. That's right. I remember that.
the global
And
supply chain.
NBL too. Yeah, yeah.
So that
I'm
generates
sure he
about 2
wore
petabytes
super
of data
short
every
shorts
single
too,
day.
because that's
That's
what
a lot
they
of
wore
zeros.
back then.
And
Yeah, thanks for that.
Visual
started
Yeah.
organizing a
John
digital
Stockton,
FedEx
except
back in
worse.
2020. And of course, that's
Those are pretty
what
short
now
there.
is very exciting as the world of AI has fundamentally shifted. But the fuel for AI is, of course, the data. And we understand how the global supply chain dynamics work. So we're moving up the value chain in terms of, first of all, started with predictability, using the latest and greatest of our data, the weather conditions, traffic, to make sure that we provide our customers with ultra predictability of what's going to happen to the package. And now we are moving even further up the value chain. If you think about the global supply chains, there's a lot of inefficiency. There's $1.8 trillion of inefficiency in global supply chains. And we want to move up that value chain to orchestrate global supply chains, even if it moves or doesn't move within the FedEx system. So that's what having this information and the insights allows us to do very, very differently than what we had 4 or 5 years ago.
So Vishal, I've got to ask you, the one thing I think all of us in this room have in common is that we all have a CEO. And that the strategies, the objectives are big. There's a security challenge. There's a trustworthiness challenge. So when you think about the opportunity to do some of the things that Raj has described, how do you assure that AI at scale can be trusted?
So Nick, that for us is the most important question we have.
I have to assume, Martin, that
For a company
they're
like FedEx,
aware of that
where
enough
our
to
brand has
be
been
doing something
synonymous with
about it.
trust for the last,
In an odd way, it's no different
is no
than
room for error.
systems that aren't yours that you have to
As we
integrate with.
continue our digital transformation to make supply chains smarter for everyone, as Raj just highlighted, we're ensuring that trust and security is engineered into every facet of this transformation from the start.
The other thing that's been pretty good about this is there's
As
been
Raj
some,
said,
as far as the actual
over the last 50 years,
presentation
we've built out
goes,
this extensive physical network.
it's had all the different segments, but
data
there's a
this global
cohesive
network
thread that
generates
runs through everything,
gives us
right? As
tremendous
opposed to just
visibility.
random segments at
But it
different times with
also
different
gives us
stuff. And
tremendous
sometimes it's a demo shows up. There's 5 demos
your
after you've
question,
done 4
to
customers.
ensure that AI
This is actually running with a
really
thread, and each piece
purely
is a
inside
little
the
different.
enterprise,
They had an
we have
interview,
to
they had a
take a
demo,
very
they
data-driven
had
strategy,
a
which for us is anchored
video,
on
they
3
had
core elements.
McDermott, they had a couple
First
of proof
is
points on the
clarity of
technology
workflows.
for the tower, and so on
We are
and so forth.
starting with
Done
deeply
really well.
understanding our business processes end to end.
Yep.
We are not just throwing automation at the problem. We are actually
Once again, this
strategically identifying
flies
where
right
AI
in the
can
face of
add
all this
value inside our value chain
concern
so
about
that
our
we
enterprise
have
software vendors going away
precise
because
control on
of
its
a kid in the
application
basement
inside
with
our
Vibe
enterprise.
coding and Cursor,
Second,
Overclock.
and this
You
is
know,
All the
there was
strong
somebody a
negotiation,
while ago, not that long
integrity
ago,
of
who
data.
made a simple
AI is
point,
only
but
as
it
good
was
as the data
obvious.
that
He
feeds
said,
it.
that's great, but let's
That's
assume
why
they could
we
do
are
that.
obsessed
Who's
about
going to
building a
serve it?
strong data foundation,
Right? So,
so that
like,
any action
that alone tells you
that's
that's a
driving
joke.
Well, the other thing, most
AI
these big
is
companies like
driven with
what they're talking
insights
about
that
here,
are clear,
partially the reason they go with
reliable, and security.
actual companies beyond the software is
you need a
because
strong
we want to be able to sue somebody or blame somebody if something goes wrong that has money.
Scale AI
Yeah,
agents
so you vibe code a ERP system,
them no different than
and
how
then
we
what?
treat
And then you have
human
$200 in your
We treat
account,
them
and
as a digital workforce.
not going to be able to sue them for a
that
lot
needs
of
to be
money.
governed with the same rigor and
You know, it's
policies
interesting
as
though.
we
If
do
you
our
go to the
human
Reddit group on CRM, which I
this is
do,
where tools like ServiceNow's
there's a
AI
million
Control Tower
people,
become
well, not a
extremely
million,
essential
obviously,
for
but a
us
lot of people
because it
who are
provides us a
saying,
single
well,
pane of
I
glass,
used Salesforce, but it was
traceability
too
and
expensive.
visibility
Or I used this, it was too
across
expensive.
all
Or I
AI
tried this, it didn't
deployments
work for me, so I
inside
built
the
my own.
enterprise. So
But they're companies
we
of like
can
2,
responsibly
you know, or
scale
5,
AI. So
maybe.
ultimately, it's the combination of
That's
these three
they're
things.
all small, every last one.
Clear
Nobody's building
workflows,
for enterprise
clean
grade
data,
anything.
strong governance, which makes us confident that AI that we are scaling across the enterprise can be trusted.
I think that resonates with everybody, Vishal. Thank you very much. Raj, one thing a lot of people in this room have in common is that they work for a Vishal. They work for a CIO or a CDIO. You're one of the most progressive, innovative CEOs in the world. Maybe just a quick word from you about the emerging dynamic in the relationship between the CEO and the CDIO.
Well, that's an excellent question. First of all, our vision is to make supply chain smarter for everyone. The word smarter is very important here. We are the heartbeat of the industrial economy, and the most valuable goods move through our system. If you want to move semiconductor chips, you move with us. If you want to move potato chips, somebody else maybe. But this is very important. So the difference between business and technology is kind of evaporating. And I think I think business is technology and technology is business. So whenever we talk about any strategic thing, especially in the world of FedEx and the world we are headed now, CDIO and Vishal in particular is my thought partner. It's my strategic thought partner from a business angle point of view. I don't understand too much of technology he does, but the point about bringing these two together and talking about where we need to evolve as a business is no longer two separate things. It's one thing, and that's why the role of CDIO and particularly having somebody of Vishal's caliber right on my right hand here is just very.
You guys know better than me. Is that a relatively common position, a CDIO?
Everywhere across the show floor.
Or is there some equivalent position that it's just a CIO with a D in it? Or what? I mean, what is it? That's data and. I mean, is it a current CIO or what is it?
I thought you
Different?
said CTIO.
CT, even that. Whatever he said. Well, I thought it was data. He was in charge of data. That's why I thought D maybe. Might be CTIO. I didn't catch it.
And we're going to make it happen.
I have hearing issues, so it's very.
A great technology leader like Vishal, I reinforce today that promise. The most important
I think in
thing
general,
that
Paul,
goes on
we're seeing
behind the
folks
scenes
add
on
a
major
data
stages
or
like
an
this,
AI
we're
officer
meeting
to a lot of the
with
CIO
leadership of
titles.
ServiceNow.
It's more of a let us show the board we're doing something.
I got you.
Whether it really plays out in terms of actual AI and data leadership is another
and
one.
they're a highly referenceable success story.
Makes sense.
Our success is
Thank
based
you.
upon your success. And I just want you to know, as a friend, as a partner, and as
I wonder if they were really friends. So probably the first time he's ever met him in person was when he was selling them, right? But I just always wanted a friend. You call him up, you close to the guy, you hang a little bit. I don't know. I always don't. When I hear that claim, I always wonder how true it is.
It's going to take back over.
All right, that was a great panel. The world is converging around two critical technologies, AI that thinks and workflow that acts. The first one gets all the attention and for a good reason. The pace of model innovation has been extraordinary, as you've seen over the last year or so. But execution is where enterprises actually win or lose. Enterprises are rethinking how AI connects.
Well, I'll say as much as I really like this, and I really have.
And
This has
also
got about
nowadays,
30 minutes to prove a CRM case.
But data alone
What's
doesn't
a
run a
state
business.
CRM case at least?
Action does. And that's what we've been building for 22 years. The system
I was thinking they were going to first state the importance of the control tower and
has
then
their
at some
own
point
interface
talk
and
about
experience.
where some of these components
Developers are using
fit into
Claude or
that.
Codex or
They
other
got
tools.
30 minutes,
Sales
so.
teams are
Here-
using co-pilots. Security and engineering
They're
can be
starting
utilized
here.
for
You see
building
all
and
the
running new custom agents.
tendrils they are releasing.
Every one of them is an
I
example
actually
of
only
AI
saw,
that's
I didn't see CRM, I saw service.
None of them
Sales-
can act across the
sales is what
enterprise
they're
on their
saying.
own. And that's what takes a system of action to do. So today, we are announcing ServiceNow Action Fabric. Wherever AI shows up in your enterprise, ServiceNow is the platform enabling it. The full power of this platform is now exposed for AI to use, including flows, business rules, approvals, SLAs, audit trails, and compliance.
Was it Pega that
Any
talks
AI
about
now
Fabric?
Call
Yeah,
this through
Process Fabric.
Yeah.
So does
or
MuleSoft.
protocols, and every call inherits the same
I
context.
guess there's
and
no
governance of this
copyright or
platform.
trademark anyone's violating, so.
And one of our first launch partners,
If that was true,
Anthropic,
then they would be violating
this to work
somebody who makes closes.
Claude Cowork
I was going to say, it
connects
sounds like Tommy
directly
Copper to me.
to our governed system of action, bringing
Tommy
enterprise
Bahama.
execution into the tools employees are already using today. And this partnership is just one example of what ServiceNow
Really? I
Action
mean, do
Fabric
they lump in
enables.
marketing as
The
part of
platform
sales or
that lets
something?
workflow act for
No,
every
they
AI
don't.
use.
They just ignore it. I take my word, that is the case.
It's kind of hard to
Inside
do
your workflows.
CRM, and
And to show
and
you
one of
what that looks like today,
the words
please
is
welcome Molly.
marketing. but-
Well, I
They
think
have a
part of
partnership
their
with a
argument
startup
is
called
the
Penny
traditional kind of
that
marketing
has
function goes away if
instant marketing.
Yeah, but
people
it
are doing
doesn't.
one-to-one.
Well, I mean, it's still marketing, though. Either way, it's a stack.
For 20 years,
Yeah.
our customers
I
have
think you
been
got
at
to
the
at least
center of
message it a
everything
little
we
bit
do.
more around
And
that.
now more than ever, we recognize the need
I
for
met her
reinvention
somewhere
and business
recently. I
reinvention.
mean, no, not
That's
recently,
why
but
we
the
at
last couple of
ServiceNow
years.
have more than just AI that thinks. We have workflows that act.
I don't think it was
And something we've
ServiceNow. though.
noticed is that there's no immediate
I actually like
replaceable
this
right
AI
for
that thinks
reinvention
workflows that
in
act. It's
legacy
simple
CRM.
and
So
easy to kind
we're
of
taking it to a whole new
remember.
level. Let's take a look.
But yeah, CRM without marketing, at least you gotta address that somehow.
Yeah.
Right now, the cost of losing a customer is higher than ever.
The ability to connect all of the people in different functions, all the systems behind those functions into a single coherent platform. The ServiceNow CPQ solution allows us to really design a very tailored and custom-made experience.
It's allowed us to unlock innovation much more quickly. We've been able to completely modernize how and when a technician is dispatched.
With ServiceNow, we've been able to provide a centralized knowledge base for our agents to work on the more complex issues our customers have.
Resolution time was about 26 days. We're now down to 5 days. We've been able to get rid of 13 different software platforms overnight.
We have 3 goals: productivity, customer experience, and efficiency.
We're doing that all on a single platform that's fully integrated to enable autonomous agentic AI.
We are not going to mess around when it comes to CRM.
Ooh.
All right.
Is that so? Does autonomous CRM means marketing goes away?
Service, order fulfillment,
As we
and
knew it,
doesn't
all
really.
on a single AI platform. On the sales side, autonomous sales CRM is already delivering.
You had a
for our
lot to do with that, Nitin, didn't you?
What you just saw in that video is
I
the
remember.
fastest growing product in our CRM portfolio, already processing more than 7 million transactions every month.
Good point, Liz.
I think they're going to need a deep dive just generally when it comes to autonomous CRM
relationships with their customers
and how it
time
fits into all the
updating
other.
same fields over and over again. With autonomous industry CRM, we're building purpose-built workflows for every single industry represented in this room, from telco to banking to technology to manufacturing to healthcare and more. And on the service side, we put agentic AI to work across every single channel of your business. It understands intent, it applies business rules, and it either resolves or routes issues before a human agent ever has to get involved. That's autonomous CRM. But the challenges that enterprises are facing today are so much bigger than just CRM. The most talented people in every organization in this room are spending too much time on work that they never should have been doing in the first place. Mundane tasks like triaging tickets or updating incidents, routing approvals, or chasing down the same issue over and over again across a ton of disconnected systems. It's a workforce design problem, but we have the solution. Earlier this year, we announced the autonomous workforce, where AI specialists don't just complete tasks, they execute.
Yeah, it didn't go too far, Liz.
End to end.
Or Martin.
I think you're going to need a lot more explaining than
and they improve and get
that.
smarter over time.
And they're never going to talk about why they're ignoring marketing, or they wouldn't be ignoring it.
Service
Yeah, or at least address it.
No, but then
Yeah,
they wouldn't
they
be
need to
ignoring it. They're literally ignoring it.
They're already deflecting the majority of the
Everything in
requests
there was sales or service.
and getting to value immediately.
I just don't know how you
In our own
could
backyard at
claim to be a
ServiceNow,
big time
we put our
CRM
IT, help
without
desk agent to work.
the M
We are resolving
part of it.
cases 99% faster.
I think it's
than
coming.
human agent equivalent. Today, I'm thrilled to share that we are
Rebecca is
expanding
shaking
our
her
autonomous
head.
workforce with new AI specialists across the entire enterprise, from CRM to employee experience to risk, security, and core IT. For example, we have a case management AI specialist for customer service, as well as a risk and vulnerability
This is the
specialist for
obligatory
security.
keynote portion,
single
and you get an
specialist has
agent, and
defined
you get an agent, and you get an
a
agent.
set of responsibilities and an understanding of how your business actually operates. They will execute complete workflows in seconds, rather than your enterprise
She
data,
has a really interesting
more policies,
job
and with a full
description
trail
if
of
you think
auditability
about it.
that they leave
She's
behind
got
in every
horizontal
step.
and vertical
AI specialists will slot into your
industries
existing
and
team,
solutions.
working just like bringing on another new team member. And once they're
That is a
assigned, they
really
take it from
interesting
there,
job title.
understanding requests, applying business context, and executing the work from start to finish.
Something I rarely
Every
see.
specialist runs
In fact,
with
never
the same
seen.
governance framework that's protected our platform, processing now more than 100 billion workflows every year. And they're secured by the same access controls as human workers. For years, enterprises have been building workflows, refining policies, and investing in the ServiceNow platform. And AI specialists take all of that institutional investment, everything that you and your teams have been building on this platform for decades, and they activate it at a speed and a scale that simply was not possible before. And we're not stopping. We're continuing to release new AI specialists across every corner of the enterprise, because we're here to help you build the agentic business. And right now, we get to see it in action. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Amy, our Chief Experience Officer, for a live demo. Amy, take it away.
Yeah, you're right, Martin.
All right, thank you, Holly. AI specialists are autonomous team members modeled after a role in the business, like a service desk specialist, with the specific skills to complete the tasks that that role typically performs. So this is a massive help to a team that might be stretched too thin and drowning in high volumes of repetitive work. Let's look at how these AI specialists can transform how work gets done at FedEx, shouldering a ton of work that could overwhelm the team. So imagine that I'm
I like how
an
they
IT service
ran
desk manager
FedEx
at
through the
FedEx,
whole
and my
thing so
dashboard
far.
today,
They're the
frankly,
use
it's not
case, they're
looking
the
good.
example.
It's not good at all. So backlog status is way up. CSAT is dropping down. My team is not able to handle the work that's on their plate. This is not good. So there's a great promotion here on the right-hand side, though, that says there's an L1 IT service desk AI specialist that might help my team. Now, I'm not totally sure how this is going to work. So I'm going to go in and ask Otto how this service desk specialist will really help. Otto immediately gets to work using agentic
Liz,
AI.
that's a great, you're right. That's a really, really good
AI
point. You're right.
specialist works.
Brent, you're right. Liz, you're right.
And right there, it actually generates a profile card telling me all the details.
That's their
This is
CRM
not
problem.
good. So there's a great promotion here on the right-hand side, though, that says there's an L1 IT service desk AI specialist that might help my team. Now, I'm not totally sure how this is going to work. So I'm going to go in and ask Otto how this service desk specialist will really help. Otto immediately gets to work.
You know, I just realized it's just sort of occurring to me now, and kind of Liz triggered it, to be honest. It just occurs to me how few companies now, in fact,
this AI
I can't think of any currently talk about actual customer engagement
no-brainer to add that
anymore
to my
when it
team.
was used to be
Once
something that
activated,
was on
push this
everybody's
design to my
mind.
team instantly.
Now it's about
And I
the
have
AI
full
agents
control
doing
to
work.
adjust the settings or
But
deactivate
as
it
far
at
as
any time.
engaging with your customers or
We're going to fast
making
forward in
sure they
time
get
here.
what they
Imagine
need,
a few weeks have passed.
don't
and I
hear
come
much
back to
about that
same
in any
dashboard.
depth
I
anyway. I
can
mean,
see
they
the
may make
backlog
a
status has dropped
brief
significantly.
homage to it or
That's in a
something like
great
that, but
place. And overall, my team is
I'm
handling things in a timely
not hearing
fashion.
that anymore, which is
And I can
kind
see
of
that IT is to
disturbing,
activate
actually.
this AI specialist.
Am I wrong? We hearing that?
Absolutely
I'm
no-brainer
not.
minutes
I'm not
before
here.
the
I'm talking about like
individual.
all over the place.
So I'll go in here and ask
So
Otto to show
focused on
me
AI, I don't
how
hear
the
about how
performance is going
well
here.
your
And
customers
again,
will
Otto
come
gets
out of
to
this
work.
happy
It's looking
in
at
some
the
way.
specialist
And that
activities,
goes to Liz's
pulling
point.
up
They're talking about
metrics,
deflection, which is not a
summarizing exactly
customer
how
benefit.
this AI specialist is
Well,
helping
most of
my
their
team.
internal
I can see
efficiency
individual
focus.
teams.
Yeah,
I can see
Is
the
all of
SLA
it.
on its
experience.
But
incidents.
isn't
I
that
can see that
usually
it
the
is
case for any new
fantastic. It's doing
technology?
a
It's
great
always
job.
focused.
It's
I
actually
call it
uploading
playing defense
52%
versus playing
of the
offense.
inbound work hitting my
Defense
team.
meaning,
More than half
well, defense meaning
autonomously.
Well,
it's
So I
all
want to
about.
technically,
really examine its
I was just going
performance
to say
as
what
an
I'm going
individual.
to. So
Go in here
defense
and ask
meaning
Otto to
the
show
first
me
blush of
how the
technology is
performance is
always
going. And
about
click into
being more
instance
productive,
and it open it
saving
up.
money,
And again, I can
versus
see
offense,
exactly
which
the
is
steps
meaning
that this AI specialist is
using
taking.
stuff to actually
I can
find
see an
new
audit
things and new
trail in case
business
I
and
need to
new
investigate
opportunities.
how it
It's
I
always
can
the
see its
focus on
individual
going defense
CSAT. I
first.
can see the
yeah,
SLA
to
on
be
its
honest
incidents,
though,
and I can
I'd
see that
love
it
to
is
hear some
fantastic.
stuff.
It's
Well,
doing
I
it.
mean, the
I'm
fact is when
so
CX and
thrilled that we
customer
can bring this to
engagement
our
were,
customers.
you
And
know,
like you can see,
more
this
than
is
just a
the future of
mainstream
work.
set of
So it's
buzzwords.
not just AI that
The
assists,
focus
this
was
is
offense
AI
in
that
that regard.
acts and resolves, delivering
But
real
that's
business
a few
outcomes.
years now. But as
All
soon
right,
as
I'm
once
excited
AI
to
came
welcome
in, that
Nick
was the
back
end of it,
onto the stage. I think he's going to win
which is
best
not
dressed.
all
What do you
that
guys think?
great.
Oh, that's very kind
What
of
I
you.
like
Thank you,
is
Amy.
Martin and
Love
Liz
to
are
see the
probably sitting next
product.
to each other and they're commenting.
I forgot
I
to
know.
mention before, happy Cinco de Mayo,
It's our
everybody.
Constellation
Chris
research
Beatty
crew.
is our chief customer officer. Where's Chris? He's sitting right here in the front row. Stand
Well,
up,
to your
Chris,
point,
everybody.
whenever I
If you
interview
take a selfie with him, he
vendors
will buy you a
across
margarita.
the board about this matter, they always say, "Oh,
That is not an
customers don't
authorized
want to
offer,
call.
but
They
I
want
think you
things
should do it
resolved
anyway,
in
just to
chat
see
right
what you
away. They want to be able to do it 24/7."
Bill
That's
has
the only
another special
customer
guest that I
experience,
think you will be excited to hear
you
from.
know, information I get from
I
them.
don't
And
think
it's like our
many
research
people
shows that
in
they
the
want
context
this,
of technology
you
and
know, but
artificial
never
intelligence who
does it
literally
improve the
do
customer
not need
relationship.
an introduction.
See, from
But
my
no
unless
one
I'm
is hanging out with
just
Bill right
too
now.
much
He's
of
one
an
of those people.
idealist,
So I will
at some
simply
point
say,
that's going to come back and
please give
if
a
they
warm
keep
and
ignoring it,
welcome to the
it's going to come back and bite every company in their butt.
Jensen Wong.
Let me ask you guys before Jensen, is it still the 20,000 ITSM kind of folks at this thing, or has there been any shift in the demographics of who comes to this based on what they're doing?
I can only speak to the last times I was there, but they were getting a lot
You
more
did it!
CSM people.
My
Oh, come on. He did it again. The one thing with Jensen, it's hard to fault him, except that he really needs a good
It
joke
ain't hard
writer.
to fault him for that.
He needs a joke writer,
on the
man.
stage. I'm going to step
That
over
is
here so
Someone to
awful.
write
people
his
can take
jokes.
the photo
He's
they want.
awful. He has no good sense of humor.
Got that?
I mean, maybe
Okay, all the phones
funny,
are up.
but no,
Yep.
let me rephrase
There
it. He has
was
a good
never
sense of
third
humor. He's just
guy.
not
There's
funny.
no need to clip it. Okay, Bill, you and Jensen have
So I'm definitely comparing this versus the Adobe conversation with Jensen. Let's see how this goes. I hope this goes better.
And shorter.
And I told him that just last week. We broke some bread together, and I'm always impressed with the guy who.
I was in that room and it really felt like Jensen was like this fire hose that Shantanu was trying to aim in one direction or another.
He couldn't keep control of it. Yeah, you're right.
He took over the whole thing.
Leaders in the world. In fact, the Queen Elizabeth Prize for Engineering Excellence was presented to Jensen from King Charles.
Thank you, Liz. You are right again, my dear. Totally
That's
right.
a long way from Denny's, bro. I mean, This is
Now
one of
that
the
was
great
good.
human beings
A
in the
long way
world.
from Denny's,
And when
bro.
you think
That's the
about
quote of the day
internet,
so
you
far.
think about GPS, you think about AI. In the history of technology, we're talking about the absolute greatest of all time here. So I would really like to thank you for being here. There's so many other places that are requiring your time. I thank you so much.
I
dear
thought that
friend.
was Babe
Please give it up
Ruth.
for Jensen.
This is one of the places he needs to be, and it's not just to give him applause. He really has to help these guys sell all the stuff they're talking about.
Now, shall we?
Let's go.
Oh boy.
Yes.
So, on that note, Jensen, the talk was all AI. Now everybody's trying to operationalize AI. So there's one version of the ServiceNow NVIDIA relationship that we could bring up on the screen, but that's not the only way. What do you think about in terms of the problems that together ServiceNow and NVIDIA are helping the organizations in this room?
Give him credit for Jensen credit for one thing. He has to be really prepared.
For several years, building up to today. If you look at the last couple of years, the first time I came on the stage, the world had just introduced generative AI.
Yeah.
The ability for AIs to be able to generate output, text to text, images to text, text to images, images to video.
Video
All
to text,
kinds of
text to
different
video.
ways for us to generate.
Going for 35
But
minutes.
The thing that really teed up today
Exactly.
is the ability for the AIs to generate thoughts
Yep.
so that it can think, it can reason, it can plan, come up with the ability to use tools. That setup led to today. You
They can
generative
talk about
AI
the
is sharing
jalopy they used
information.
to have.
Ultimately, what we all want to do is
But
to
you
do
can
work.
see right away the structure of the
What has happened in the
conversation
last
is
several
way
months
better now
is
than
that agentic
when
AI
Adobe
has arrived.
was
Well,
Sean.
Adobe was just
You now have
rambling
the
for 20
ability
minutes on
to
both
be able to
sides.
Sean, you lost
for AIs to
control
be able
with,
to
right
understand us,
after he
understand our
said,
intent,
"Welcome."
understand context, what's happening.
Sean was checked out, I'm pretty sure.
Reason about what the solution will be.
That's
use
fair.
Tools to solve it, and then do the work. And so here we are, a couple of years later, and now agents are literally everywhere. Our company has agents all over the place, everywhere from DevOps to SRE to software coding to customer service. Of course, we use ServiceNow to support all of our employees. We've cut the amount of interaction with any employee intervention, any employee support.
Who's LinkedIn user, by the way?
By 2/3.
Jen Van
Oh,
Jen
Jay,
Van
Jay,
Zandy.
yeah,
No longer
hey,
needs any humans to
good
be
to see you.
Bananas to oranges.
all of the chat bots and all of the Q&A
JVZ.
and questions that our employees have are now backed by ServiceNow, and behind it is an NVIDIA
We'll
AI
see you
called
next year at
IQ.
IRL
And so we've been working
2027.
together on this platform, and it's becoming more and more
As soon as we have a
agentic.
date,
So
we'll let
today's
you know.
announcements are really a big deal.
So, Jensen, one of the pieces of advice I think everybody in this room would love from you is they're all thinking about how do you scale and deploy AI safely.
Once again, going back to that theme again, they're really smart about how this whole thing is put together.
How would you characterize
They're actually
the
asking
organization
usul
that's
questions.
on the safety question?
And they're relatable throughout the whole keynote. They started with this, and they keep on coming back to
throughout
this.
our company.
Yep.
And the first thing that we've done is that we have to create a sandbox so that we could keep these agents, because these agents have the ability to access information, they can communicate, they could take action. And so we have to treat it really like a human. And so the first thing that we do is we put it into a
And see, I
cocoon,
think
if
they're
you
going to
will,
end up
a sandbox
on this
that
conversation.
allows us to
Remember how
insert
Adobe went like an additional
policy
hour
into
and a half after
this
Jensen?
sandbox.
Yeah, it was
This
awful.
sandbox
Completely
protects
lost what he
policy.
said.
I
We
think that
call
was
that
one of the
open
few
shell.
watch
And we
parties
partner
we've
with
done where we
ServiceNow.
quit before it
ServiceNow is
was
now
actually
implementing
over.
open shell into your platform. And so now you have these
We got off
sandboxes
before it
that are
ended. There was
secure,
just
2
too
hours
much.
in, it's still
based
going.
on governance.
Normally, even if it goes 2 hours,
whatever
we
we would apply
last.
to the
This
agent.
one,
And so
we just
now you have
couldn't do it.
human agents, you have AI agents.
I
and
know,
they
I know. We
basically govern the same
just
way.
we'll
They
tell the
have
weather to
access control,
cooperate
they
next
have
time.
network control. They have access to tools and
And Don, we'll be
information,
seeing you there too.
according to
Rebecca, we know
their
will be
role
there.
and responsibility.
She'll be one
And
of the
so
speakers.
this entire system is built into what ServiceNow calls ARC, your safe enterprise agentic OS. You know, I said 2 years ago that ServiceNow is essentially the AI enterprise operating system. And that is really coming true. You know, you started out being the human operating system for enterprise. And so now you become the AI agentic operating system as well.
Hey, Rebecca, of all the conferences you've been at, take them all in conjunction, how many of them have had Jensen speak?
Before we let you go,
wow,
piece of advice
boy,
stages all around the world talking
He's like
about
Ray
AI.
Wong.
You
He's
were
everywhere.
patient.
Even
You
more.
saw the moment coming, but no one else did. And now we're in this phase where
Because you've probably been to what, 20 conferences this year at least?
to other CEOs, to other business leaders about
You've been to a lot.
using
Every
this
time I
moment
see
of
your
opportunity
posts and
with
stuff, you
respect
are
to
at some
AI,
conference
broadly
somewhere.
speaking.
Well, for enterprise, I think
This country,
Yeah.
some other
Been a-
country.
for
been
us
a
to
busy
use AI
spring.
to do work.
That's great.
And a lot of people think
Making
AI
waves.
will, of course,
You are making waves.
change jobs. Some people are concerned that AI will destroy jobs. But the first thing that we should all understand is that right now, AI is doing nothing but create jobs. If you have great ambition, more ambition than your company can possibly do, then AI is going to help you
It's a pretty
realize
bold
your ambition
statement.
faster.
You know, that's
Yeah.
I'm not buying that.
So you,
Say
for all of
that
us,
to my
once you start
22-year-old
using
who
AI,
graduated from
you're gonna
college
realize
last
that it's
June
going
and is
to
working at
empower your
TJ
employees
Maxx.
tremendously. I've got
Wasn't
all
it
of my
Jack Dorsey that
employees now
said
using
we're going
agents,
to just go
and
ahead
they're
and start
busier
letting
than
people
ever. And the
go
reason
because
for
we
that is
know what's
because
going to
now
happen?
they're freed
I mean,
up,
I'm not
motivated
buying that
to
one.
go
Yeah,
solve
not in the
problems they
slightest.
want to solve.
That
Let's
was a
do
statement that
advocates
was
like
made with
we've
no
never known
basis in
before.
fact that he
Our
could possibly
expectations are sky
prove.
high now.
No
Right.
basis
What
in
used to take
reality.
months,
Yeah,
it should
none.
take days.
Especially when he said it's
What we
already
thought could
happening
take
now
years,
that AI is
we now
creating.
believe we can
I don't
get done
think
this
it is.
month.
Maybe in the long run it
You
might, but
want to elevate
I'm
your
not seeing that
expectation.
right
You want
now.
to elevate
You
your
made one
ambition.
statement I agree with, which is not just
AI is a
it will
5-year
lose
cake.
jobs. I'm sorry, this is going to
Energy
happen,
sector,
but
the number of
it
jobs
will
is
also
going crazy.
change
The
what
chip
people
sector,
do
you
for a
can see
living.
the number of
You know,
jobs,
He's
these
explaining
new
right now
types
what
of jobs,
computer
unless
factories
if he said there were new
all over the
kinds
world.
of jobs being
he's
created,
he's actually
I'd agree
explaining
with
that
him.
now.
Power and Shell
He's saying
creating
that right
jobs
now.
like never before. This is a brand
I would
new
agree
industry.
with that.
And then on top of that are the AI models, and on top of that is where ServiceNow is, the application supporting enterprise. Every single one of these layers, we're seeing extraordinary growth, every single one of them. And so I think the idea of AI, the stories of AI, really have to be retold in the context of this 5-layer cake, of this whole new industry.
He's getting
And
much
the way
better
that
at
leaders
explaining
should think
it, though.
about
I will give
AI,
him that.
it's not just when they think productivity, you think productivity and therefore cost reduction. I think you should think productivity and therefore ambition elevation. Instead of reducing, you got to redeploy.
So, by the way, Bobby
what your
McDermott
employees
was
to do
considered the
and go
greatest
after
player in the
more.
history
And so
of the National
that's the way I
Basketball
would think
League and was
about
an
it. I would
MVP for
engage
5
I would
consecutive
ask your
years.
employees to engage
So
agents
Yeah, what year was
all
that?
over the place.
It
Use
actually
ServiceNow
is
agents
royalty in
wherever
that
you
regard.
can.
Not
And of
NBA,
course,
but
we're going to build
NBL.
these agents in a safe way. We have the benefit of Anthropic and OpenAI building frontier
Who did he
models.
play for?
They
The
have
Fort Wayne,
tremendous
Indiana
research.
River Weasels?
We now, inside our companies, will have to deploy
It was a
these
Fort Wayne,
agents
Indiana team.
with
Yes,
Yeah,
there
but
was.
that
I grew
became
up
the
running
right near
open
there.
shell so that
that
they're
became the
safe,
Pistons, if I
secure,
remember correctly.
have access
Yep.
to the right information. And
But
once
that
you
wasn't the
deploy
River
that,
Weasels.
once you
No,
deploy
no,
that,
he
that
just
was a
made
different
that
you're
up.
one.
really going to get empowered.
That would be a
And
good one.
The culture change.
Well, think of a
the
baseball
emotion, the
AAA team,
sensation
Toledo
inside
Mud
the
Hens.
company is really something
Yep.
that you've got to
You know
Klinger.
what?
in our
I'm
Klinger,
just
company.
really
All of a sudden, the
fascinated. It
velocity
really
just went
feels
crazy.
like
The number of
Jensen
all of the people sharing best
is
practices,
listening and
showing
kind
people
of
what their
paying
values
attention to
today.
what
This is going
ServiceNow
to go.
conversate what
It's
they
really
wanted
quite exciting.
versus
So I would
Shantanu.
encourage everybody
He
to
was just
engage in the
jumping in
agentic
all
AI era.
over that guy
Bill, I'll give you the final word.
and not
I just
letting him
want
go the
to
direction he wanted to
acknowledge
go.
this work that
I'm
we're doing on
fascinated in
our
how
market.
different
Just
he's
think about
been
what I
compared
showed you
to
earlier,
Dope.
where
He's
Otto
focused.
is now the agentic
This is
That
a very
Adobe thing is.
collaborative
ServiceNow
scripting
platform.
process too.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah,
Brings
yeah.
NVIDIA
Where there
You
was
know what?
none
and
for continents.
OpenShell right
You know what Nick
to the
just said?
edge of
Bill, I'll
everything
give
that
you the last
happens with our
word.
agentic strategy.
It
And
means
Jensen,
this
I
is the
mentioned
end
to
of
them earlier, we
the
warmly
end of this
welcome
anyway.
This is the way you do
all
it.
of
You
the
don't
language models. And
have
obviously,
Jensen on and then
OpenAI
have
and
another
Anthropic
hour
are
of
leaders,
stuff
and they're more than welcome
where you
Plus, you have
completely
Gemini.
forget what he
We
said.
want
and then you have
everybody
Nick
coming
orchestrating it
into the
too.
ServiceNow platform
Can't go wrong there.
Yeah,
in that control tower
One of my
that
faves,
manages
man.
the
I love that
identities
guy.
of the
I
agents
just
and
love
the
him.
humans
they're going
in
to
a
end
highly
right on
secure
time.
way to take advantage of this full AI revolution. We also do everything, Jensen, as you know, on NVIDIA. And NVIDIA is the GPU you and the thought leadership factory for every well-run business in every industry around the world. And I do want to thank you because you also use our Employee Works, which is totally awesome. But also, if you think about configuring, pricing, and quoting, the bill of materials that comes with the most successful company in the world, NVIDIA, very complicated stuff. And our CPQ is running NVIDIA. And
So that
is
was his granddad, huh?
unbelievably important to us. It's an honor, but it's also cut down.
Oh, you hear what he said? Their CPQ is running
Most
NVIDIA.
complex systems in the world in a matter of seconds, in some cases in minutes in others. So I thank you for that. And I also thank you for making it here.
A lot of
There's
thanking.
so many other places that are demanding his time, but
And he
wanted
goes
be
to
with
all
you.
of them.
And so I think you should give him a rousing
But
round of applause. We're
I know
going to
he's
make Mark
saying that,
great,
but
and we're going to
he
make
needs to be
NVIDIA
showing up
even
at this to
greater.
help them sell this message because
I came because I built my
alone, none of these
ServiceNow.
software vendors have done a good job yet.
No,
This is a
he's
really good step in the right
Let's watch
direction.
this video. I come back on to talk about it.
All right, I love that they kept everything on time. This is good.
So this is the final video.
Because I got to go to see Terrence in 15 minutes. So I'm going to cut this off because I think they're done.
Yeah, they're
And
showing
let's go around the horn. Let me get rid of this. Remove. And all right, Don, what did you think?
Yeah, it's still a little light on details. We're going to have to see, as Rebecca said earlier, the customer use cases. And, we see the giant early adopters like FedEx. Great. Every company has a monster customer that they can trot out. But what happens? When is the mid-market and the upper mid-market going to join in, and what are they going to do with it is what I'm interested in seeing as this unfolds.
Okay.
Rebecca?
I think there was maybe a missed opportunity to emotionally connect with a room full of 20,000 people who are concerned about their jobs. And I think they could have put a much tighter message together for the people in the room about how learning ServiceNow and mastering ServiceNow AI is job security for you.
Venerable one?
So in addition to +1 for each of these two, one is I was very happy about the governance message in the beginning because I thought, and the cost, I mean, they were looking at things that genuinely concern more, and going to Don's point, the larger companies specifically, but everybody really. That's first. I like the whole flow of the actual event. I was kind of disappointed in how they handled the CRM stuff. I think it was kind of ancillary to the whole thing. They mentioned it because they needed to, and that was about it, really. Autonomous CRM, but they didn't really explain why it was autonomous, particularly why marketing doesn't happen to be there, why they're calling it CRM at all. It just was, it was like, yeah, in fact, Heidi, I think was her name, Heidi said, well, yeah, we have CRM, but it affects everything, meaning, yeah, CRM and everything else, right? So I don't think they did very well there. On the whole, though, I will say the big positive for me was that they are evolving to their concept of platform of platforms in this way, right, through the AI approach they're taking, and the governance seems to be one of the center points for it. And to that effect, good for them. Brent?
I don't know why I keep comparing. Well, I guess I know, because the Adobes, the Salesforces, and the ServiceNows, maybe to a lesser extent Oracle and SAP, but all the enterprise software vendors have just been killed over this whole idea of SaaS apocalypse and AI anxiety. I think they did a really good job of addressing why that whole thing is overblown with their repetitiveness around governance and security, and explaining in detail how that plays a role in going forward with all this autonomous AI stuff. So I thought that was really good. That kind of answers one part of I would assume, a question that a lot of these enterprise buyers have, which is, why should we continue spending money with you guys if we could get this for $200 a year or something from some kid in the basement. So I think they started a really good kind of pathway towards talking about it, but they still didn't address some of the other aspects of AI anxiety, which is this whole idea of how much is this stuff really going to cost me? I mean, I think Oracle is ahead in terms of that messaging, and with a pretty clear and easy way to talk about it. They didn't really talk about it. They talked about the value created, but part of the value created is understanding how much does it cost me to put this stuff out there, And then what does it bring me back? I mean, I still don't have that conversation. And I think that's critical to getting rid of all this anxiety that's out there, partially part of the anxiety that's out there. I think Rebecca was right too. There was a little bit of an emotional disconnect, or maybe not a disconnect, but
a non
this opportunity, like she said, that you remember, because I kept on thinking about how not just what Bob Studd said when we was talking about, but how he said it. There was passion, there was emotion. I didn't get that aspect. I get the Bill was very evangelistic and rah-rah, but I didn't get the passion that, the way that Bob was talking about it. I thought that was a missed opportunity, but overall, I thought this was really good. I like the structure. I like that they kept on time. I liked how they ended. I like the messaging they started drilling into. You're right about the CRM messaging they got to do something about that, because how do you talk about CRM without marketing? You better say how you get to that not being a part of CRM, but they didn't really talk about that. I think that's
address it.
Yeah, they got to address it. All right. Anybody else before we go?
No, you got a meeting, so we got to go.
I got to go see the smoothest man.
Yeah,
marketing is coming.
I know we got some glitches in the demo, but the alerting stuff, the ability to identify that the AI agent is going rogue or has been prompted to do something wrong, and the kill switch, nobody else is there.
That's a really good point.
That's a good one.
Super good.
Don, you were going to say something?
No, I'm just saying the marketing is coming. I'm talking with them, and it might be tiddlywinks or pick up sticks right now, or checkers as opposed to chess, but it's coming. They're building it.
I don't know, Rebecca's that her face expression. She I don't know. All right. I thought once again, I thought it was much better than I was hoping for in terms of certain things. I still wish we had seen some other things, but all in all, pretty impressed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so with that in mind, I got to go see the smoothest man.
Give him a hug for me.
I will do so. And yeah, Don, your hand is sort of fading out, but we see it. And Rebecca, I'll be seeing you somewhere down the line in the next couple of days.
A couple of minutes.
In the next couple of minutes.
Right. That's right. So we need to go so we can get going. I don't know what I'm saying at this
Sounds
point.
good enough.
Right, folks, we'll talk to you later.
Bye, folks.
Bye, everybody.